What is going on? You know this is. It's AlTone. Welcome to another absolutely fantastic day. It's Monday. I take the day off because I absolutely needed it. And honestly, I'm not looking forward to getting back to the day job tomorrow. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not. But it's all good because I know that the Lord is going to work that out for me. But anyway, man, these are, I'm going to have to fix these. So one of the things that I realized, and so the weekend has passed, and this entire weekend, and then Sunday, and I pay attention. I pay attention to a lot of things. I'm constantly being observant and paying attention to things going on around me, and also paying attention to myself. That's the biggest deal. I have to pay attention to myself. And sometimes even when you're paying attention to yourself, you don't always see yourself. You know, you don't see you and how someone might perceive you. That used to paralyze me. That thought process used to paralyze me. And me being an introvert and a loner and having been sheltered most of my life and not placed myself in for one reason or another, not in a lot of social situations. I noticed something about myself this weekend, and that thing was, I guess I wanted to mention this in case you ever meet me, because even though I've been freed from worrying about what people think of me, and knowing that God has accepted me for who I am, and He created me, you know, for the absolute purpose for which He created me for. He created everything in me for a specific purpose. I think that's better. Anyway, just knowing that, I'm free, but I also realize that being freed from worrying about how I'm perceived or what people think of me or seeking after acceptance from others does not mean that I have overcome and now understand how to interact with people on a social level. I don't know how to do that. I'm really not good at it. I hunt and peck. I get lucky sometimes, and sometimes I'm way out in left field. And I noticed that about myself, and I know that about myself. And the other thing that I realize about myself, which could often give off the wrong impression, is that if I'm in a situation, or I find myself in a social situation, or the potential for a social situation where I don't know how to interact with someone, I am extremely quiet. I mean extremely quiet. And I just kind of back off. Or I might, for example, if I find myself in a space, in a room or space with a single individual, because of the fact that my brain works the way it is, and I'm ping, 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 and I'm trying to figure out, and of course I'd like to be, I'm a friendly person, but I don't always know how to be friendly. In my mind, I'm stuff pinging around, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, in what way could I start a conversation with this person? And again, has nothing to do with being a need for acceptance. It's just a desire to be warm and friendly to others. And sometimes you can even tell maybe somebody needs someone to, maybe, especially with the idea that there may be others who have suffered a major rejection in life. And so rejection is a major thing for them. And that desire to not make others feel that way. And it's, so what I end up doing is finding myself being a little busy, or I'll make myself busy to try to overcome those little moments, so that it's not that I'm avoiding you, but the only thing is you can tell clearly that I'm in the middle of something, or my mind is on something, and that's the reason why I didn't engage in a conversation, you know? And I found that I do that. It is such a natural thing for me to do. And And I don't care too much for that about myself. Because like I said, I understand that can be, it's to someone who has not been freed from needing uh, the acceptance of others. It could be a negative thing. And I think my freedom from needing to be accepted and my freedom from needing to be necessarily understood, there's probably some still a little bit more freedom there to be gained. I've been thinking through this thing, and I really didn't, even now, don't know how to express it. But the one thing I would tell you is this. Now, out of all of this, trying to put these puzzle pieces together to figure out in my head where how to express that, this is the main thought and idea about the whole thing. If you ever come in contact with me, or you ever find yourself in my presence, the one thing I never want you to ever think is that I feel that I'm either better than you, or I think that you're not worth my time or anything like that. That's really not the case. And I think in my past, a lot of people have gotten that impression from me. And it's really not it. It's just the simple fact that I find myself in a position where I'm speechless and I have no idea what to say. And again, having a brain that moves so much faster than my mouth can, my thought processes are doing this. I mean, my thought processes are going 10 million miles an hour. And I'm thinking through tons of things at the same time. And so that ends up having me in a position where I'm almost like a deer in the headlights. I find myself, I'm so stuck in thought, and I'm sure somebody can relate to this. So stuck in a thought and processing through something that I'll pause. You ever had your computer lock up on you? And the reason why is because your processor is trying to work out some calculations, but it knows the calculations it needs to work out, but it's not able to work them out fast enough for the rest of the computer to continue to function. That sometimes is me. So I'll stand there and I'll just freeze. And I'm not looking at something, but I'm just kind of like staring. And those thoughts are going through, and I'm processing through everything. And then I just kind of, something may shake me out of it. Someone may, or someone or something may go through my gaze or cut through my gaze, or something may happen. I don't know. And 9 times out of 10, I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's like I stop. It's so weird to me. But anyway, so I spent 8 minutes and 26 seconds of me expressing that. I guess that's a level of me being vulnerable as well. Just to say, it's not you. How about that? It's not you. The Lord is still working some things through me so that I can process, so that I can become more open and more social. Because He created me. And He created me exactly the way He needed me to be. The same way He created you exactly the way you need to be. And sometimes, it's going to take some things, after we find freedom, it's going to take a little bit of time for Him to actually really be able to work out the intimate details of what you've been freed from, so that you can be the best you, created by God. I had to throw that in there. That you can be. So, anyway, hope you had a fantastic Monday. I hope the rest of your week goes great. I look forward to you again tomorrow. Have an absolutely fantastic night. See you soon.